very good morning to you, Desiree, as well. We are coming from MUT right now, where we saw violent clashes between students and the police yesterday. Everything seems to be some-sided. We are told that the MEC of Education in the province, Kwazim Shengu, is in talks with the SRC here at MUT, as well as the staff, to try and resolve the current impasse. Now, I am joined by Sinalo, and he is from the Student Command. He's a chairperson of the EFS Student Command. He's going to be telling us about some of the grievances they have. Sinalo, obviously we saw some violent clashes taking place yesterday, and we saw the EFF and the police also clashing. Just take us through some of the grievances the students have at Mangosuthu the University of Technology, but is also fighting for the staff at the university.
No, thank you very much. One of the issues that made us to embark on the mass demonstration is the issue of financial exclusion. 9,000 plus students at this point are not financially cleared at MUT because they are owing the institution. Why in the pandemic? Our parents are retrenched, they are not working, we don't have money to pay the institution. What we are fighting for is that let the institution financially clear so that we can register. Mangosuthu is having a population of 13,000 plus students, but at this point only 2,000 students who only managed to get registered. So at this point we are facing a majority of students are unregistered because of financial exclusion. So we are fighting for that so that the institution could clear students, then we continue with the academic year. The other issue we are facing is that the institution doesn't want to issue the academic records, completion letters and qualification for students. Student wants to go and look for in-self training, student wants to go and look for internship so that they will come and pay back the money that they are owing to the institution. So we're saying the institution give these students their qualification, academic records, completion letter and their diploma so that they will go and look for jobs, because if you're not giving them, they will stay unemployed, because there is no company that can employ you without a proof that you've completed your qualification. That's what we're fighting for. The other issue that we're fighting for is the issue of laptops. The minister announced that all students will be given laptops so that they will continue with their online classes, because 2021 is going to be like 2020 because we're still in the pandemic of COVID-19, so we can't have many students in one class. So the online learning is going to continue. The management of MUT is saying nothing about laptops. Other institutions have already outlined the process of distributing laptop. When we ask the management, there is nothing happening about laptops. And we have said we are not going to start the academic year if we are not issuing laptops, because last year we subjected students to study online without proper gadgets. This year we are not going to allow that. Many students failed. We have a problem of students failed because they didn't have a proper gadgets to use, so then they continue with the online classes. So we want the management to tell us when are we going to receive the laptops and what is the process that they are going to use. They've came with a suggestion that those who are not funded by NSFAS, they will be subjected to pay a deposit. We totally reject that thing, because you can't force students to pay a deposit of a laptop why it is not a fault of a student that now are subjected to an online learning. Let them give laptops to students for free so that they will continue with the online learning. That's what we're fighting for. And then we're joining the issue of staff. So the staff is complaining about their salaries. They want a salary increment, and we know it very well. If the staff doesn't get the salary increment, they're not going to continue to work. So we're joining to force the management to sit down with the staff and resolve their issues so that we can continue the academic year.
Now, Sinalo, obviously historical debt at universities is a critical crisis. It is a problem. But I think the general perception of the public is, why burn tires? Why destroy infrastructure at universities? What is the students' statement with regards to what is being said in the general public?
We didn't start by embarking on a mass demonstration. We wrote to the EMC of Mangosuthu. We requested meetings. The SRC said to the management on Tuesday and had a meeting. The management was arrogant. They didn't want to listen to us. We decided that we are going to speak the language that they listen. We are happy after what we did yesterday. The minister responded and delegated people to come to MUT, because we know it very well. When you embark on a mass demonstration, that is the language that the management of MUT and the ANC government listen to. So we are happy today that they've delegated people, and we hope that all our issues will be listened to and be solved.
Now, we know that the MEC for Education, Kwazim Shengu, is in talks with SRC at the moment. If this current impasse is not resolved, where to from here, Sinalo?
If they are not resolving our issues, we will come back and continue with the mass demonstration. We will force them to listen and clear every student financial. Every student needs to register. There is no one who's going to be financial excluded. We're not going to allow that. Every student in South Africa have a right to higher education, have a right to study. We're going to fight that. We're going to make sure that they clear student financially and that all students get registered.
Thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. That was Sinalo Tengwa. He is the chairperson of the EFF Student Command here at Mangosuthu University of Technology. If Ray Mbele behind the camera can just show you some of the destruction that was caused here at the university yesterday. We did see clashes between students as well as the police taking place. One student has been arrested and we are waiting to hear what that meeting between students as well as the MEC of Education in the province, Kwazim Shengo, is going to hold. They are in talks currently at the moment, and we'll try and speak to the MEC once he comes out of that briefing and try and ascertain whether the impasse has been resolved. Desiree, it's back to you in studio.
Jadely, while we still have you, I just wanted to find out, beyond what you've just shown us, is there any further damage to property?
Well, from where I can see, Desiree, it's rather peaceful at the moment. There hasn't been any other damage to property. I'm not sure what's taking place inside the university, but from what I've gathered and from what security guards have told me, nothing has been damaged inside with regards to the infrastructure of the building. Just tires have been burnt, as well as, obviously that little bit of chaos that happened between the police and the students yesterday. We've seen that also trending on social media, but relatively quiet here outside the university as the students await that briefing to take place between SRC and the Education MEC, and then from there onwards they will hear where to from now. As Sinalo said, they're going to wait for the directorate, and from that meeting they will regroup, regather, and then take it from there.
Jadely Polzer there for you.